All right, y'all. Been getting a lot of emails, texts, and messages about lawn because when the weather warms up, of course, a lot of people start thinking about the lawn. And if you're in the area where I am, which is the south, you probably have St. Augustine or some type of variant of it, and also you probably have Bermuda or St. Augustine if you're in the south. And it's time to start thinking about lawn care, but let me show you something. 71 degrees. That's the top of the soil. And the reason why I'm taking the temperature of the soil is once you reach 55 degrees, that's when all the nasty stuff starts to germinate. So you're gonna start getting all your weeds that you see during the early spring and in the summertime. Those weeds are getting ready to sprout now. So that means that you didn't put out your pre-emergent last fall, or you didn't get enough, or you just didn't get effective control. But now it's time to start all over again. First, let me start by just putting up this little map here, and this right here will tell you what area you are in and what type of grass you might have. In the warm season grass area, that's where you have your Bermuda and St. Augustine warm season grass primarily, as you can see here on the chart. And in the cool season area at the top, this is where you see the grass like what I have in the front, which is turf-type tall fescue, or you may have some Kentucky bluegrass or some type of ryegrass. Those are the cool season areas. And the area that you see in the middle is a transition zone. This is the area where this is where people can kind of choose either or, because no matter how you slice it, it's too hot for the cool season grass to be thriving, and it's too cold for the warm season grass to thrive. So you just got to pick your poison. So now I'm going to put this other map out here to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. We're having a real warm ending of the season here. We're still in winter, but the temperatures are really high across the country, and that is sparking a lot of the weeds that are probably starting to germinate right now in your area. 55 degrees is the benchmark in which most seeds start to germinate. And as you can see here in our area, this temperature has already been exceeded. And in other areas, this temperature, is fluctuating. Anyway, just to give you kind of a perspective on what I'm about to go into here. Now we want to get into the next season. And one of the things we want to do is take care of all the weeds that we have in there right now. Now, if you've been following me, you know I've already told you about this prodiamine, which is the predominant go-to pre-emergent herbicide out there that most people are going to be telling you about. And this is what you try to put out. This is what you put out before weed starts to germinate, before it hits that target temperature. You want this out on your lawn so it will kill the grass, the weeds as it tries to grow. But now that the temperature in a lot of areas has already surpassed that 55-degree mark, now you're going to have to switch over, and you need to switch over to a different pre-emergent herbicide. And you want one that both have pre-emergent qualities and post-emergent qualities. This is your product like Dimension. Dimension is a product that kills existing weeds along with weeds that are yet to germinate. Now, it doesn't kill all of the existing weeds that you have, but you can mix it with something else to give you more effective control, like some of the weeds that I have in here. Now, the reason why I want you to switch to this, the clinical or the scientific name is dithiopyr or dithiopyr. That is a chemical that is used to treat existing weeds and prevent weeds from coming up. If you live in an area where the soil temperature has already risen above that, this is the product you want to use. The Spectacle Flow, which I'm going to show you right now, is a pretty good control, probably the best one out there and probably the most expensive, but it's really not going to do you any good right now because you've already reached that threshold. That's the same with the prodiamine. So you want to use this dimension or dithiopyr for your weed control. Now this go for cool season and warm season grass, but I want to caution you on the cool season grass, because if you still have bare spots and you're planning on throwing more seeds out to fill in the bare spots, or if you didn't have effective overseeding project that you did in the fall, if you didn't have effective germination, those seeds still can germinate. And if you use any of those products, then you can hinder the germination of the new grass. So for you guys, cool season guys, who still has a little work to do with growing grass from seed, you want to use Tenacity. Tenacity is going to allow your seeds to still germinate while effectively controlling a whole lot of the noxious weeds out there. So it's a big bang for the buck. It's a post-emergent and pre-emergent, and this is going to be for my cool season guys. The only caution with this is that you're going to have to use this every 4 to 6 weeks, whereas the other can last you an entire season, or maybe even up to like 6 months. And another product that can be used, and this is going to go for my St. Augustine people, even though you can use the other products on St. Augustine, not the Tenacity, but the dithiopyr or dimension. This atrazine is a pretty good weed control out there for St. Augustine grass. There are some more expensive products that you can put out to control a lot of the weeds that's in the St. Augustine, but I'm focusing on the cheaper route. This is going to be one of the cheapest options out there. Some of the other options out there are very expensive. I know people don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on products, so my suggestions are going to be on a lower price range whenever I can. So right now, for my warm season grass, this is your to-do. This is what you need to do right now, because putting out fertilizer is a no-go right now, and your grass is not going to uptake. I'm going to upload a fertilizing video separate from this one, so make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. I have that up well before it's time for you to put it out. So I'm going to tell you some things about fertilizer.